Yo, what up? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Hill. Rock Quasi in the building. Pro-black consciousness, man. Each one teach one. Yeah, I'm gonna make this video right quick while I'm getting loaded. Cause it was something on my mind. And actually I've been thinking about whether or not I should even make this video. But so before I do make this video, I just want to say that in no way am I trying to be disrespectful about the dude that I'm getting ready to talk about. It's just that he did some things, man, that I saw that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I felt like it's my duty, man, to defend those people that he shitted on. So, that's my little disclaimer before I start this video, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I was taught in my African center say all the elders should be respected, you know what I'm saying? So, while I go in, I'm going to try to maintain my composure, man, and not let the anger. I mean, it kind of have subsided a little bit. That's why I had to wait, because I didn't want to. If I'd have made this motherfucker yesterday or the day before yesterday, I'd have probably been ranting and raving. But anyway, okay. So I'm watching Black News 102, Satnetta TV, right? And there's an elder on there. You know, I'm not going to say his name. It's not important. I'm listening to the elder, and the elder's making a few good points. You know, the elder starts off talking about his history. You know, he was born in 58. That's about old as my oldest brother. My oldest brother was born in 58. My oldest brother's like 8 years older than me. I'm 50 years old, by the way. I'll be 51 next month. I know I don't look at, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so the elders talk about, man, how he came up, you know, and how he, you know, spent a lot of his youth teaching and stuff in the 70s on the subways and stuff like that, right? And then, you know, as Satnetta began to ask him questions, you know what I'm saying, about certain of our freedom fighters of the past, he shitted on 3 of them, man. He shitted on 3 of our greatest freedom fighters. And, man, you know, that shit kind of pissed me off because the thing about it is, like, he shitted on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he shitted on Malcolm X, and he shitted on Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why it upset me was the manner in which he spoke about them. Now, I already know, man, that none of us are perfect. None of our freedom fighters done shit all the way correct. Martin Luther King was an integrationist. That wasn't good for our people. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and find all of them, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then and the one he was talking about was Malcolm, how Malcolm didn't give his teacher a pass, and how he went to the press talking about Elijah Muhammad. That was a mistake Malcolm made, and it cost him his life. But you don't, man, take the mistakes of our freedom fighters, pull that out, point to it, and then say things like, oh, he went out like a bitch. Man, you don't talk about our freedom fighters like that. Because man, if you look to everything that they done to try to help our people and the love that they have for our people, that far outweighs the mistake that they made. You know what I'm saying? And then he talked about Elijah Muhammad, how Elijah Muhammad talked about the white man was the devil, yet Jim Jones was in the mosque. Okay, that's kind of hypocritical, right? I got it. But man, you don't sit there, man, and then if you have to watch this video, man, you know what I'm saying, and listen to the energy and the way he was talking about, he was shitting on them. Like these motherfuckers didn't have no value. Like these brothers that was freedom fighters for us in these different times didn't have no value to us as black people. You know what I'm saying? You know, Malcolm going over there getting that Arabic Islam. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that didn't do us no good. But still, when he came from over there, he started an organization called the OAU, the Organization of African American Unity, right? And that wasn't a religious organization. So even though he had his mosque, Muslim Mosque Incorporated, for the adherents of Islam, he still had a political organization that was designed to help us as a people in the political arena, to unify us. Organization of Afro-American Unity. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't have nothing to do with religion. Matter of fact, he said, leave your religion at the door. So, man, the brother, man, and then he talked about Marcus Garvey. Talked about the ship that he bought. You know what I'm saying? And how, you know, what he was doing, man, he was just pointing to the mistakes and the fallibilities of these human beings that loved our people and done everything that they could to try to unify our people and raise us up. And he pointed to it and he shitted on them, man. And that shit pissed me off. And I'm here to say that this elder, man, you need to be checked on that shit, man. You don't do that. I understand you're an elder and everything, but man, you ain't above reproach. You know what I'm saying? I understand you was a teacher back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And you done your part for our people, but you don't get up in your 50s and 60s and shit, 58, 59 years old, and then look back at the past and just start shitting on our luminaries. That shit ain't cool as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? I was checking out the comments, you know what I'm saying, on the video, and there was a couple of people, man, that was saying that he was wrong for it. I was one of them. I made a couple of comments. Yo, I was the one made a comment like, yo, I see you shitting on our people, but you just sound like an old ass signifying man now, because the content of what you was presenting to us, man, I really couldn't see how it was beneficial to us as a people. I really couldn't see, because the only thing you was doing was just sitting back talking a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just talking a whole bunch of nigga shit. And you wasn't teaching nothing. The only thing you was doing, man, was sitting back shitting on our elders, talking a bunch of shit, and sounding like an old ass man that's a little bit disgruntled at what you see today. And then when you start going in on the elders and shit, man, I'm like, you start going in on our past freedom fighters that done everything they can to rise us up. Yeah, they made mistakes. Your ass done made some goddamn mistakes. We all have. I know goddamn well, man, as much as I love black folks and try to do what I do, and my thing is, you know, when I got off the drugs and the alcohol back in 01, I spent the next 15 years up until now helping drug addicts and shit recover from drug and alcohol. That's my frontline work. You know what I'm saying? You go to Memphis, Tennessee, and you got a whole community of people that know me and to tell you that I've been putting in work over the last 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But if you look back at my past, you'll clearly see, yo, this motherfucker here done a whole lot of shit that ain't upstanding. But man, you know what I'm saying? You don't point to that and then try to just use that as a wholesale means of condemnation of who I am and my work that I have tried to do for black folk. And that's what you done on that video, Elder. And I think you need to be checked on that, man. And I'm the one that's gonna step up and say it. And I'm gonna put this video on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If you see it, I ain't nobody to you probably, you know what I'm saying? But if you see it or whoever see it, I just felt the need to do that. Because somebody need to check these old heads that feel like they so goddamn black and got all this fucking knowledge that they can sit back and shit on people like Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and Elijah Muhammad. Three of the best people we ever had to fight and try to unify us as people and deal with white supremacy. And then you gonna sit back and say Malcolm went out like a bitch. Marcus Garvey buying that raggedy ass boat. Nigga, it was the 19 goddamn 20s. I mean, what the fuck you expect him to get, a goddamn first class liner? He did what he did the best he could with what he had at that time. I'm quite sure if J. Edgar Hoover hadn't went at him in time, he probably would have been able to get a better ship. But don't sit back in 2017 and then shit on his whole legacy. That shit ain't cool, man. And I didn't like it. So, you know, I said I was gonna talk about this calmly, but you know, as you can see, that shit still got me kind of riled up. So I just want to say that, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't shit on, that go for this elder and anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Do not point to the mistakes of our past freedom fighters and then use that as a basis of wholesale condemnation of their contribution to the black man in America, trying to free us and free our minds from white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? I never heard you, maybe you did during the end of it because I got sick of listening to you, but I never heard you say one time what organization you got. I heard you say you taught back in the 70s on the subway, but what organization you got today that's helping black folk? I never heard you talk about it. Maybe you done in the last 30 minutes or so of the video, but I couldn't take the shit no more because you started sounding like a regular ass nigga to me, just an old ass nigga talking shit about people. That's the way you was sounding to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Elder, I apologize if you offended by what I say, but I just felt the need to say that to you. if you ever see this video, I just felt the need to say it to you to let you know, man, don't do that, man. Don't shit on our illuminaries, man. Because they put in work and they done the best they can with what they had, and none of our motherfucking asses are perfect. Not one of us. You look at them people, man, who integrated us, those college students back in the 60s who was doing the sit-ins at the damn, at the counters. Look at the ones who was doing the marches. You think that motherfucking group of people, you think the rank and file of those people, you think all of them was squeaky clean and shit? Man, you probably had all kind of motherfuckers in there doing ratchet shit. But look what they doing. Look what the sacrifice they made for black folk. So you can't go in there and find one of them and then look at John Lewis. John Lewis pissed me off when he said one of the police that jumped on him on the Pettis Bridge came to him and asked for forgiveness, and he made a comment, some shit like, I thank you for doing it. I'm like, nah, man, but see, that's how that man felt, but I'm not gonna shit on what you done back in the 60s, having the heart to go out there as a young man and expose yourself to that vitriol and that hatred of white folk. I'm not gonna say, oh, that's a bitch shit, you never should have done that, even though that's the way I felt, but I'm not gonna do that and then get on TV and just talk about you. I'm gonna say, nah, man, I didn't agree with that comment, but I still respect, man, his contribution to our rise as a people. That's how I feel about it. And you ain't gonna never hear me going and finding the mistakes of our past illuminaries and then using those mistakes to shit on their legacy. That ain't cool, man. And I would advise, man, or I would try to exhort us or just ask that we not do that. That's one of our problems, man. We always want to find something to point at and talk shit about each other. Yeah, we all made mistakes. Probably gonna be some more made. But man, don't shit on our past illuminaries, you know what I'm saying? Because they dead and gone, they can't defend themselves. But a brother like me gonna stand up and defend them. Now, I'm through ranting and raving, man. Peace. I'm out.